Welcome to Bear Mill Estate. The estate was developed in 1739 as the first grist mill in Lancaster County. This is the entrance. This is one of the original stone mill wheels that was from the original mill. First area we're going to walk to, I'm going to give you a tour of the entire property, and we're going over to one of the ceremony locations and the bridal suite. Follow me. We are now over at the private parking behind us. Your guests will pull into this parking area. We have a greeter right here, which will tell people where to go, which we are standing currently in one of the ceremony locations. So this is where we would greet your guests and take them from here. To the right is a 250-year-old pine tree, and this is an area that you can get married. We have white cottage chairs for the ceremony, a stone walkway. The house that you're looking at is my home. It's the main house from the estate, and the bridal solarium is in this room where the bride gets dressed for the wedding. One of our traditions at Bear Mill Estate is when every bride and groom is pronounced husband and wife, we ring all the antique dinner bells on the property as they recess down the aisle. It's a great feeling and a great send-off to the reception. The room that we're in at this moment is the carriage room. This is the room where the bride and her attendants and the mothers spend the day of the wedding getting ready. We cater a luncheon here for the bride and her guests, and the same for the groom over in the mill. So this room is where our bridal coordinator, Tammy Piper, my sister, arranges all of the timelines for the wedding ceremony. From this point, you go to the ceremony area and then on to the mill. We are now standing in front of my home. This is the old stone home that Michael Bear built in 1739. All of the walls, interior, are solid stone. The house has been restored to its original with, of course, all the upgrades. We put extensive gardens in the spring, summer, and fall. As you can see, a sample of that now. The building to the right is the original spring house, which housed a lot of the controls for 37 springs on the property. Now just serves as storage. We also have the old original root cellar, which is a 10 by 12 foot stone room underground where they would store all of their groceries and potatoes and different food items. From here, we're going to walk over to the winery. We are now standing in front of the winery. We will be producing our own wine. We will have a retail store, and we will also have the wine tasting room open for brides and their guests for tastings throughout their wedding receptions. So this would be the room and the building that you would go in for that, and I will show you that. We're now in the winery. This is the wine production room for part of it. It will also serve as a tasting room, not only for retail guests, but it will also be open for a couple of hours during the evening of your reception that your guests can actually come in, taste the different wines, purchase if they'd like. The bottles will be labeled very much like this, which is the original crest of Bear Mill Estate. We will have several reds, several whites to choose from. We will be doing wine tastings throughout the year. And this would be a room where people can come in and just get a taste of what we offer. We are now in front of the original grist mill. Stone structure from 1739. This is the original dinner bell. We have all types of herb gardens planted that the different chefs use for garnishing. We have sweet tea for making sweet tea in the summer. We have apples that the deer have not eaten yet. So this is one area of the mill. So now we're going to go inside and take a look at this and show you where our cocktail hour and our receptions in the main dining room are. We are now in the grist mill. This area serves here as a lounge. Guests love to sit down here throughout the evening. To the right, straight ahead, is actually a coffee bar. We have vintage coffees by Garth Cafe that does custom coffees if you'd like. Iced coffees, he makes his own French cream. Clee Berntheisel is the owner of his gallery and coffee bar, and he supplies that for Bear Mill and has been a great hit. So that's taken care of over there. We have a grand piano. If you have anybody talented or would like to hire someone, it's at your use. This is the old original bar from the Mountain Springs Hospital in Ephrata. Now serves as our liquor bar. So this is one of 2 bars that we offer. You're welcome to bring your own liquor. We do require ramp certified bartenders, either through the caterer or privately. There are no self-serve allowed, but you are welcome to bring your own in. We also have the old original stone fireplace. We took everything down to the original beams, and this is one of the 2 fireplaces. There's also another one upstairs in the dining room. So seasonally, we have a fire in here, and we do decorate the entire property seasonally. From here, we go out onto the first floor terrace, which is built over top of the original waterfall where the grist wheel was. And then there is also a fountain with lighting onto the right, so we'll go out there and take a look. This is the first floor terrace. Originally, the grist wheel was right in the middle of this. We now have restored all of the original stone walls. This has a fountain and lighting in here. This has been completely restored, how it was in the 1700s. We have built a steel and concrete structure and covered this entire property with antique barn wood to have the same style as they would have had back in the 1700s. We have a second bar over here, which we use for wine or whatever you'd like to have. We have a footbridge, which we'll walk across. Those are our shade gardens, and this is where the waterfall is. Comes over, we always hear the sound of rushing water. Primarily, you'll hear that most of the time. We have a 2-story glass elevator that overlooks the ponds and the gardens to take handicapped or elderly guests to the second floor. And then out in the back, we do dance floors under the bistro lights. And from there, another outdoor area is our fire pit, which you can have fires, do s'mores. We start that generally at 7:30 in the evening, and that's over here to the right. It's a venue where guests are encouraged to get up and move around. If you'd like to bring yard games, you're free to do that. It is not a venue where you would sit in one location for the entire evening. So this sits over by the pond, and over here is the footbridge. These are the shade gardens overlooking the pond and herb gardens there. You have many, many locations for photographers. You're welcome to use any of them. We have 3 acres of wooded lawns down through here, which you're also welcome to use and explore. So there are quite a few different areas for you to take a look at. From here, we're going to go up to the second floor dining room, which overlooks everything, and we'll finish our tour up there. We're now in the upstairs dining room. This room can be set up in many configurations. The one that we're having for this week is doing setups in this configuration. We have antique farm tables. We have black shibari chairs. Our local tinsmith, Charlie Messner, who is now turning 93 next week, made all of the chandeliers and all of the copper lighting on the property. The tiles you see over on the right on the wall are the original clay tiles that Michael Bear had fired for this house and for the mill. We still have 187 of those in existence. The redware pottery is from Ned Foltz, which is a local potter. The mill workings and the wheels are displayed on that area. And as you turn around, you'll see the area here with all the antique frames. We generally use this area as a backdrop for cakes. We can do that in many locations, but this would be one area that a lot of brides choose to do that. We have hanging candles, which we allow. We have a fireplace in this dining room as well. It also opens up for more seating to an upper terrace, which we are just getting prepped for this week's wedding. But we'll walk out there and take a look so you can see what that looks like. This is the upper terrace. Many people use it as a dance floor, also for tables. This particular bride will be having a lot of antique tables up here with the black shibari chairs for the weekend. It overlooks the pond, overlooks the dance floor, and overlooks the property and the stream going down as the original mill race. It's great seasonally up here, and we have plans of enclosing it, which can be open for winter weddings. For the beer drinkers, the old zinc tub from the property is where we ice the beer. Great spot. We have it iced to the top, and everybody loves the fact that they can come out and use that. I'm very proud of my estate. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and please make an appointment if you'd like to come and see it for yourself.